Hey everyone, welcome to Terrastorian, the channel where we unravel the lore of Arknights. I'm Half a Cup of Rice, and from now on I'll be joining you guys for some episodes going into the future. In this episode, we'll be talking about Originium Arts, which serves as the primary form of what is essentially magic within the world of Arknights. Given Arknights' soft world-building approach, it's tempting to say that Originium Arts function simply because they just do. However, such an approach wouldn't do justice to this unique magic system. In this video, we'll dive deep into the lore behind Originium Arts. We'll explore how the Originium Arts actually function, who can wield them, and the various classifications and variations that shape them. So without further ado, let's get into Originium Arts. Before we dive into Originium Arts, it's essential to understand what Originium itself is. This foreign material has profoundly shaped life and civilization on Terra. Visually, it appears as a semi-transparent black ore, though some variants exhibit different colors. While Originium is typically found underground, it can also manifest in other environments. However, unlike ordinary minerals, Originium possesses the unique ability to self-propagate, even growing on organic tissue. In fact, most beings born on Terra have some trace amounts of Originium coursing through their blood. It exists in various forms, ranging from gas and dust particles, to small shards, and even massive clusters the size of mountains. The true value of Originium lies in the immense energy it generates. Yet this power comes with significant risks. Originium is highly unstable, and can easily trigger catastrophic incidents when activated. Worse still, it negatively impacts its surroundings. One of the most well-documented phenomena linked to Originium is catastrophes, devastating natural disasters that reshape landscapes and civilizations. If Originium is an energy source, then Originium Arts are how people of Terra harness and control it. By tapping into the power of Originium, individuals can manipulate its energy to cast their arts, hence the word Originium Arts. The term Originium Arts was first coined in Victoria. However, the history of Originium Arts stretches back nearly as far as humanity itself. In ancient times, people discovered the connection between the human body and Originium energy, leading to the development of various methods to harness this power. Initially, these methods were referred to as magic, sorcery, or alchemy, reflecting both awe and misunderstanding. It is easy to imagine early Terrans perceiving Originium Arts as supernatural phenomena. Over time, different regions and cultures developed their own casting traditions, often shaped by their unique environments and belief. In Sami, for example, we picture snow priests wielding frost magic in the snow-covered forests. In Leithanien, Originium Arts are deeply intertwined with music, where melodies and harmonies enhance their mystical abilities. Meanwhile, the Sarkaz have a long-standing tradition of witchcraft, rooted in their bloodline, and the Sancta have a history of using Originium Arts to power powerful firearms akin to our modern-day counterparts. Some scholars suggest that individuals born into specific natural environments are more likely to develop Originium Arts related to their surroundings. However, this theory remains unproven. A more plausible explanation is that Terrans naturally adapt to the tools available to them, utilizing Originium Arts not due to an innate connection with their environment, but simply as a powerful, convenient, yet unpredictable tool. Now, before we continue, if you've been enjoying the video so far, and want to support Terrastorian's mission in sharing more of Arknights' fantastic lore, you can help us by subscribing to our channel, leaving a comment, and sharing our videos. It takes a lot of people to write these videos, from researchers, script writers, to narrators, to video editors, and of course, graphic designers. Your support means the world to us at the Terrastorian team, and helps our team continue producing content. Now that we have baseline knowledge of what Originium Arts is, let's talk about who can actually wield Originium Arts. Casters are individuals capable of wielding Originium Arts. It is important to remember, however, that this definition of a caster is more nebulous than the in-game class, as many individuals that are not strictly of the caster class are still capable of using arts, such as Sancto with their firearms, i.e. Exuciae falling into the sniper category, and Iberian Inquisitors with their hand cannons, i.e. Irene falling into the guard category. Most Terrans possess some level of proficiency with arts regardless of whether they are infected with oripathy or not. To cast arts, a caster typically requires a catalyst. While infected individuals can use the Originium within themselves and use their own bodies as a medium, doing so is extremely dangerous. A well-known example is that some infected use their damaged organs to enhance their arts assimilation and cast more powerful spells, but this greatly accelerates the progression of oripathy as a result. To prevent this and allow non-infected individuals to cast arts safely, Terrans have created an external Originium casting device called an arts unit to perform their arts. The most common arts unit utilized by Terrans is the long-handed staff. However, art units can vary greatly in shape, size, and in particular function. Some of these art units enhance, amplify, or stabilize the capabilities of a caster, while others are suited towards a specific type of arts, such as the firearms of Terra. Now, firearms within the world of Arknights are deserving of their own video entirely. However, we'll give a brief rundown of them as they are pertinent to Originium Arts. Firearms were first discovered by the Sancta of Laterano, who remain their primary users. According to modern theories, firearms function as highly precise and complex integrated casting unit systems, designed to fire etched ammunition with Originium circuits embedded in both the firearm and the ammunition itself. Firing a gun requires the fine-tuned use of Originium Arts to simultaneously control both the weapon and the bullet while making micro adjustments. This high level of operational difficulty is offset by its exceptional benefits, which are remarkable accuracy, extended range, and sustained firepower. As Originium technology has advanced, many factions and institutions have taken a keen interest in firearms and have attempted to analyze them. However, over the past few decades, progress in this field has largely stagnated, as the technological barriers for firearms production have far exceeded researchers' expectations. Nevertheless, these efforts have not been entirely fruitless. The discoveries made during this research have contributed to improvements in other weapon systems and have inspired innovative approaches to the development of casting devices. While most people can use Originium Arts, a caster's adaptability and proficiency determine the depth, range, and speed at which they can wield and learn them. Current research suggests that a person's adaptability at birth is highly random. However, adaptability can also vary between different races and environmental factors. For example, Sarkaz and Caprine tend to have noticeably higher average proficiency in Originium Arts. The Sarkaz have had a long-standing exposure to and a unique relationship with Originium, while many Caprine, especially in Leithanien, are nurtured from a young age to study Originium Arts. On the other hand, Aegarians, who stayed in the ocean, have minimal exposure to Originium and no significant history with Originium Arts, resulting in generally lower adaptability. Within the Rhode Island system, adaptability is classified under Originium Arts Assimilation, which is divided into 5 levels. These ranks were developed by one of their own elite operators and experts in Originium Arts, Logos. Ranked from lowest to highest, these levels are Flawed, Normal, Standard, Excellent, and Outstanding. Occasionally, an operator's Originium Arts Assimilation, or other attributes, this symbol instead of a standard classification. This implies that their abilities exceed the outstanding level, making them impossible to measure within the standard 5-tier system. On Terra, the traditions and academic theories surrounding Originium Arts are vast and diverse. However, due to the unique and ever-evolving nature of Originium Arts, establishing a single comprehensive theory to fully explain their complexities remains challenging. This difficulty is further compounded by the emergence of new and unprecedented Originium Arts over time. The classification of Originium Arts varies depending on multiple factors, such as the types of arts being used, the bloodline or lineage associated with specific arts, and the technology or medium employed to cast them. Given this diversity, it is important to recognize that these classifications exist on a spectrum rather than as rigid, absolute categories. Leithanien has developed one of the most sophisticated frameworks for understanding Originium Arts, the Leithanien classical arts theory. Built upon centuries of accumulated knowledge and academic inquiry, this theory provides a comprehensive system for classifying nearly all known Originium arts. Contrary to the common perception that Leithanien is simply a nation where arts are cast through music, its scholars have delved into a wide range of arts disciplines, organizing them into 6 major schools. Beschwörung, or Conjuration arts, harness the energy within Originium to produce physical phenomenon, usually through a specific object as a medium. This includes exerting a force on objects to move or alter their state, generating shockwaves in the air and other similar effects. An example of someone using this form of arts is Rosemontis. Although her arts have been further enhanced and modified due to experiments conducted on her, they primarily manifest as conjuration, allowing her to manipulate her 4 slabs of iron in combat. Hervorrufung, or Evocation arts, convert Originium energy into other forms before releasing it. Casters proficient in this school can control fire, electricity, arrow, and other elemental forces. A few examples of characters who can use this kind of arts are Skyfire, who wields fire, and Frostnova, who manipulates ice. Umwandlung, or Transmutation arts, involves the reshaping of the matter itself. Arts in this school alter the physical and chemical structure of objects. The most famous example is the legendary art of alchemy, which involves casting arts on minerals to change their composition, ultimately extracting something new from them. Iberia was once renowned for its alchemy, and the character Thorns is one of the few known individuals still alive who practices it. In particular, Thorns the Lodestar wields an ancient alchemical artifact that can transform into multiple forms, depending on his needs. Verbesserun, or Augmentation arts, allows its users to enhance bodily functions. Casters specializing in this school can amplify physical attributes such as strength and reflexes. These arts can also enhance brain function, granting individuals cognitive abilities beyond normal limits. One example of augmentation arts in practice is Saria, who uses her mastery over calcium to fortify her body, strengthening specific areas, and primarily employing her arts for self-preservation and the protection of others. As the name suggests, Wiederherstellung, or restoration arts, focus on healing and restoring the health of living beings. The primary challenge in casting restorative arts lies in the fact that its effectiveness depends not only on the caster's adaptability with arts, but also their understanding of the recipient's physiological structure. This is why most healing arts are limited to treating external injuries. Presumably, medics proficient in arts may have some mastery over restoration arts. One notable example of a practitioner with high adaptability in this field is Touch. As an elite medic operator in Rhodes Island, Touch possesses the ability to revert objects to their previous state. Wahrsagung, or Divination arts, are a complex and obscure discipline that focuses on interacting with, influencing, and altering the thoughts and perceptions of living beings. The most common arts in this school involve beast control, though the full extent of this field remains largely unexplored. Virtuosa's arts is a prime example of divination arts, as she uses her instrument to manipulate those who hear her music, allowing their inner desires to sway them. Sarkaz witchcraft is one of the most intriguing and widely discussed magical traditions. Many non-Sarkaz grow up hearing tales of sinister and enigmatic Sarkaz magic, often associating it with fear and superstition. However, in reality, most Sarkaz witchcraft are simply less common forms of Originium arts. Centuries of prejudice and discrimination have distorted public perception, with some regions even banning Sarkaz individuals from participating in magical research. From a modern academic standpoint, Sarkaz witchcraft is a broad and complex category of ancient magic, consisting of unique Originium arts passed down through bloodlines, unlike conventional arts, which are typically individualized and random in nature. Despite ongoing research, the mechanisms behind this hereditary transmission remains a mystery. As a result, many continue to use the discriminatory term witchcraft to separate Sarkaz arts from other forms of Originium arts, further reinforcing long-standing biases. Vampires possess the ability to manipulate blood, both their own and that of others. Among their most distinct practices is the art of purifying their own blood. One of the most prominent users of blood arts is Dukhorel, better known as the Prince of Blood or the Sanguinarch. The Sanguinarch is also capable of creating parasitic spawns that resemble leeches. Gargoyles are masters of the geokinetic Originium arts. Also called the Children of Soil and Stone, they are known for their ability to construct fortresses and animate stone constructs. The character Mudrock is one of the few surviving gargoyles who shows a fondness for architecture, while also being able to create animated constructs in the form of colossal stone figures. Banshees are renowned for their arts tied with both spoken and written language. They channel their power through voice or by writing with a unique wand called a bone pen. The bone pen allows them to cast arts and perform elegies for the dead. Logos, an elite operator of Rhodes Island and the leader of the Convalis of Banshees, shows this ability. By writing his spells with the bone pen, Logos converts the words he writes into a conduit for Originium arts, allowing the meaning behind each word to manifest. The Dii are known for their mental Originium arts, which are categorically akin to Wahrsagung, divination type arts. The Dii can manipulate others' emotions and were infamous for their ability to deceive, inflict psychological trauma, and prey upon the minds of their victims. Nymph is a Dii who chose to remain in Cadsel. Despite her heritage, she does not embody the notoriety typically associated with the Dii, something that often frustrates her due to the misunderstanding and prejudice she faces. The Nachzehrer are renowned for their Originium arts related to decay and rot. The more casualties a battlefield sees, the stronger they become. They possess the ability to absorb the essence of the dead, and in some cases, even reanimate them. The most well-known Nachzehrer is Nezelin, often referred to as the Nachzehrer King. As the oldest member of the court, he commands arts rooted in death and decay to bolster his forces, earning him the grim title of the personification of war and death. The Damazti cluster are widely recognized for their shape-shifting abilities. They can form malleable liquid-like bodies, assume the appearance of others with uncanny accuracy, and even divide themselves into multiple separate entities. Due to their collective and fluid nature, the Damazti refer to themselves using first-person plural pronouns, viewing themselves as a single conglomerate rather than individual beings. Notably, the Sarkaz Absurdus units have been trained by the Damazti cluster to perform body transformation acts, including the ability to split themselves into two separate forms. The Liches are known for their space manipulation Originium arts and their immortality, granted by the use of phylacteries. Their spatial mastery allows them to teleport and control space through what appear to be invisible strings. Fremont, the leader of the Liches, also served as a mentor and close companion to the Witch King of Leithanien. Together, they once sought to uncover the secrets of the Kagereich, a dimension believed to be the origin of demons and the mysterious Dominator. The Wendigos are known for their immense size and overwhelming physical prowess. Their witchcraft is believed to involve cannibalistic rituals, which are thought to enhance their regenerative abilities and resilience. The most well-known Wendigo in Arknights lore is Buldrokus T, also known as Patriot. Before his death, it was said that his body had been assimilated by Originium up to 70%, a staggering figure as most people perish at far lower levels of assimilation. This alone speaks to his legendary endurance and defiance. The Cyclops are a race famed for their gift of foresight and prophecy. Each Cyclops possesses a unique third eye that allows them to perceive future events, visions that often foretell disaster. Their prophecies are infamous for inevitably coming true, one way or another. Vala Quinn, a Cyclops operator of Rhodes Islands, exemplifies this gift. Her purpose is crystal clear. She sees the outcome and searches for the cause. To avert the catastrophe which she envisions looming over Sami, she is willing to ally with anyone who shares her concern for the country and its endless frozen fields. The Diablos are an extinct subrace of the Sarkaz, known for their extraordinary control over fire. It is said that their flames burned as hot, if not hotter, than normal fire Conjuration. One of the most infamous Diablos was Balor Saka, the king who usurped his predecessor, Goldol. Though the Diablos are now believed to be extinct, their shards remain. These shards are powerful remnants that are now in the possession of various Terran factions, including the Colombian military. One such Diablo shard resides within Ifrit. Though originally a Savra, she is capable of using Diablos-based abilities due to this shard. Some of the Elder races are shown to possess Originium Arts that are also passed down through bloodlines. However, unlike the Sarkaz races, they are not stigmatized. The Neural clan, descended from the Elder Pegasus race, wields arts associated with the power of light. Members of the Knights Mora, such as Narantuya and Tola, exhibit Originium Arts linked to the feeling of dread. Tola, for instance, can summon an army of Kisigs. Meanwhile, the Draco, such as Eblana and Lochshiny, possesses abilities reminiscent of Wiederherstellung or Restoration Arts. However, the Draco twins demonstrate a more advanced form of this ability, with their signature fires being a byproduct of their arts. The unified Originium Arts theory began when scholars realized that all magical systems, regardless of culture, stem from the same source, Originium. This shifted the study of arts from isolated spells to the scientific exploration of Originium itself, promoting a unified approach that made basic arts more accessible through training and technological advancement, rather than just natural-born talent. Building upon these principles, the Colombian school of thought further applied modern science and technology to standardize and refine the Terran's abilities to utilize Originium Arts, seeking to even genetically implant Originium Arts into an individual. Despite its prevalence, there are a few exceptions where the source of a person's magical power do not come from Originium Arts. Instead, some individuals draw their abilities from other sources, such as the Fairmut, the Seaborn, or the Collapsals. For example, the abilities of the Suis siblings do not stem from Originium. Rather, they originate from the fact that they are fragments of a Fairmut. Similarly, Milsi's control over water is tied to her lineage, as elves are descendants of a Fairmut. Meanwhile, Mizuki and Highmore's abilities come from the power of the Seaborn, while the Abyssal Hunter's enhanced physical prowess is the result of their Seaborn genetics. Lastly, the power of the Emperor's Blades originates from the ritual of the Holy Fool, in which shards of a collapsal, or simply known as demons, are fused into the body of the Emperor's Blades. Originium Arts have evolved from mystical practices into a unified field of study grounded in science. What were once seen as isolated traditions are now recognized as different expressions of the same source, Originium. This shift has led to major breakthroughs in how arts are understood, taught, and used across Terra. Despite this progress, Originium Arts remains deeply tied to the culture, bloodlines, and personal experience. From elemental casters to blood mages and ancient lineages, each form reflects the beliefs and environments of its users. Some powers even fall outside the Originium framework entirely, reminding us how vast and mysterious Terra truly is. As research continues, one truth stands out. Originium Arts are always changing. They adapt with society, shaping and being shaped by the people who wield them. Whether used for healing, combat, or progress, they remain a powerful force at the heart of life on Terra. And with that, that's a wrap for today's video on Originium Arts. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it interesting to the ends of Terra. Let us know your guys' thoughts on Originium Arts, or if there's a topic from the Arknights universe you'd like us at Terrastorian to cover, feel free to share it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya!